Isaiah 11, verse 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11.
One verse can say so many things. Watch this.
And it shall come to pass in that day,
In the end of times. Go ahead.
that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
The Lord will set his hand again the second time to recover all 12 tribes like he did out of Egypt. He saved all 12 tribes out of Egypt. He's going to do it again. That's why it says a second time, because there was no other time before that. But in between, Israel was split and divided. He saved all 12. He spared 3 when the northern kingdom got destroyed and scattered abroad. So his second time is referring to the last days, the time we're in now. We're approaching that time now where God will deliver us as a whole the second time.
All right, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right, and this video is going to be entitled Deacon Athan is going off. The Lord is only going to deliver the elect, not all the Israelites. Now, this dude said that the Lord is going to recover all 12 of the tribes, and he doubled down on it. He said the Lord's going to deliver all of us. He said as a whole, just like he did in Egypt. That's why he said that's why the Lord said again the second time. Right? He doubled down on it. Now I know the scripture says he's going to recover the remnant of his people, but this dude said he's going to deliver us as a whole. Let's just get a few quick scriptures. This is Isaiah 1 verse 9. The Most High is only going to deliver his elect of the 12 tribes. He's not going to deliver all of the 12 tribes. Isaiah 1 verse 9 says, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. You see that? So there's a remnant. Even if you go to Romans 11, and this will be a quick hidden video. This won't be real long. Just a few scriptures bring it out. Romans 11 and verse 4, it says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, which have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. See that? So there's a remnant. And when you go to verse 7, it says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Okay, the rest were blinded. So the Lord's not going to deliver all of us as a whole. Now, he said it a couple of times. Let's go back and listen to it again.
Isaiah 11, verse 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 11.
One verse can say so many things. Watch this.
And it shall come to pass in that day,
In the end of times. Go ahead.
that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
The Lord will set his hand again the second time to recover all 12 tribes like he did out of Egypt. He saved all 12 tribes out of Egypt. He's going to do it again. That's why it says a second time, because there was no other time before that. But in between, Israel was split and divided. He saved all 12. He spared 3 when the northern kingdom got destroyed and scattered abroad. So his second time is referring to the last days, the time we're in now. We're approaching that time now where God will deliver us as a whole the second time.
Now,
Isaiah.
so he was going off. He should have differentiated. You have to say that the Lord's going to only deliver the elect. Now, I know that he doesn't think that all the Israelites going to make it, but that ain't what he said. He said the Lord's going to deliver us as a whole. You got wicked Israelites. You got people out there who are not of the elect. See, these groups don't really want to say elect. They don't like pushing the elect because that alienates people, and they're interested in a numbers game. But you have to say it's the Lord's elect. Even the scripture tell you that. If you go to Matthew 24, let's go to 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days, shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right, the clouds of heaven are the chariots. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And that elect is broken down as what? The 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe. And then you have the rest of the elect, which is an innumerable multitude of men, women, and children from all the different tribes. So yes, there are going to be 12,000 from each tribe, and then there's going to be a innumerable multitude from all 12 of the tribes. But all us as a whole are not going to make it. When he was in the Exodus, every Israelite was saved. But in this time, every Israelite is not going to be saved. You shouldn't compare it. You can say it's going to be likened unto that deliverance, but this time around, the Lord is only going to deliver an elect. And it told you plainly right there. There's going to be a great destruction in which the remnant are going to be the only ones that make it out alive. Isaiah 10 verse 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. See that? So there's only going to be a remnant. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord power of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. So you're going to have the 144,000. You're going to have the rest of the elect are going to all be delivered together. And some of that elect going to come from other parts of the world as well. Babylon the Great is where the great consumption going to be. But you're going to have elect come from other parts of the world as well. When you go to Isaiah, is it 11? Let's try that. Revelation chapter 11. Right? And let's go down. Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. Now, the spirit of life ain't going to enter into all the Israelites. That's just for those that's awakened, and more importantly, those that stay and remain, that's of the elect, even from other times before now. It says, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's when the elect were beamed up into the chariots. We which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the cloud. So let me take that back. This elect right here represent those that's on the earth. Great fear fell upon them which saw them. The ones that's already of the elect from all times, they're going to already be up there in the ships. You see? And then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them to meet them in the air, in the clouds, as it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. So that's when the elect is beamed up out of, before the destruction hits Babylon the Great, into the chariots. It says in the same hour was there a great earthquake. As soon as they went up and were delivered, the great destruction from the nuclear warheads hit Babylon the Great, and it was all destroyed. It caused a great earthquake. And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake was slain of men 7,000. That 7 means what? A complete number of men. Everybody in Babylon was destroyed. And the remnant, see, just the remnant, not all the Israelites, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. So the remnant is what's going to be delivered. Not all the Israelites, not every Israelite. Now we can go to Isaiah 11 and 11. And it even tells you that. In the scripture, it says, the restored remnant. Isaiah 11 and 11, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. See, not all his people, not on a whole, all 12 tribes as a whole, not like he did when he was before in Egypt when he saved everybody, every single Israelite. No, this is the remnant, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. All right, so it's all about the elect being delivered, not all of us as a whole. Now, you can sit here and get this guy coupons. You would like to say, I know he didn't mean it like that. Well, yeah, but you don't know. Because IUIC, they go off so much, and you never hear them really talk about the elect, right? So you can only assume. You don't really know what they're trying to push. So you have to say the elect. The Lord is going to save his elect out of the 12 tribes. Matter of fact, one more that I can get, and I did mention it, Revelation 7, and it goes into it. Revelation 7, and I started one. It says, and after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, that the wind should not blow. Holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And this wind represents the nuclear destruction. Jeremiah 51, verse 1. It reads, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which they don't like to say. Behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. So that destroying wind is the nuclear destruction being held back prophetically by the angels. It goes on, verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And this represents who? The 144,000 right there, or really the elect, should we say. Now, when you go into verse 4, it talks about the 144,000, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Then it goes to 12,000 from each tribe. These were what? The upper echelon of the elect. Then in Revelation 7, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Now, I know what you're thinking. You think that means everybody from all nations, but when you go into the words, if you go to this word kindreds, because the Most High ain't going to sit here and deliver only 144,000 of his Israelites, but then of all nations, you got a great multitude that's going to outnumber them. No, it doesn't make sense. The word kindred, a tribe, in the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. See? And that's literally who it is. So the great multitude, the 144,000, is all Israelites. And the great multitude are also all Israelites. But it's the elect from the Israelites. Okay? And you see that further when you go to Zechariah. Let's go there. And we can close out with this. There's an elect, a chosen. Zechariah 13, verse 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. See, so 2 parts going to be cut off and die. The 2/3, they're going to perish. But the third shall be left therein. That's the remnant, the elect. Or that's the remnant from Babylon. And then you got other parts of the elect that's going to come from other parts of the world. And I will bring the third part through the fire, the third part, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. Why they got to call on the name? The Lord wants them to call on his name. The name is part of the doctrine. It's part of the awakening. The name is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is my God. It's right there in the scriptures. And so you can't be saying that the Lord going to deliver us as a whole, because these new people, they don't know how to differentiate that. You have to break it down. You have to be specific. The Lord is only going to save his elect. He's not going to save the Israelites as a whole, like this guy said. So you was going off, Deacon Athan. Get it right. Now, I made another video dealing with Bishop Nate, but I got to review it. I got to review it and check, make sure I'm teaching it the right way. But in this video, I know for certain that this is right, because Deacon Athan was saying, y'all heard him. You know, if you didn't hear it, play it back again. He said it. You got to start breaking the scripture down all the way, man. This is for the elect. The Lord is only going to save his elect, his chosen, his elect. That's it. He ain't going to save all the Israelites. So that's it. We'll see you again soon with another lesson, Lord willing. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.